Alright, in lesson 3.7 we're going to use the metric system for measuring, and we're going to talk about how the metric system works. The metric system uses prefixes to tell what unit we're working with. Okay? So, the abbreviation kilo for kilometers and for kiloliters, sometimes kiloliters. The abbreviation kilo means 1,000 of the unit that we're working with. So, if we're working with meters, which is a unit of length, then kilometers is 1,000 meters. A meter is about this long. It's about 40, a little under 40 inches. And we know that an inch in the US measurement is about this long. A yardstick is 3 feet, and that's just a little bit less than 1 meter. Okay? So, 1,000 meters is a kilometer, or kilometer, sometimes it's pronounced. Usually said kilometer. And it's 1,000 meters. Grams are used in the metric system to measure mass. And a gram, it says, on page 158, it's about the mass of a paper clip. So if you have a paper clip, that's about 1 gram. And if you have 1,000 of those, it's called a kilogram. And that's about 2.2 pounds. So it's about the weight of your math book. Maybe a little less than your math book. 2.2 pounds. Okay? That's 1 kilogram. So, would your body mass be more in pounds or less? More in kilograms than pounds, or less in kilograms than pounds? If 1 kilogram is 2.2 pounds, then it would be less. You would weigh less in kilograms than you would weigh in pounds. Okay? So an average person is about 100 kilograms. Or a little less than 100 kilograms. Okay? About 200 pounds. Alright? Yes?
What does the MLG stand for?
Meters, grams, and liters.
Okay, but like why is
Meters,
it
grams, and liters. Meters, grams, and liters.
Okay. So
Okay.
is it kind of just to help us remember?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. And these abbreviations are used. Quiet, please. These abbreviations are used to stand for those numbers. All right. Then the last one is volume. Volume is like capacity of a water bottle, and that's measured in liters, or oftentimes in milliliters. So, for example, this hand sanitizer, it lists the volume at the bottom in milliliters. 236.5 milliliters. And it also lists it in fluid ounces, which is what the US measurement for volume is. It's in fluid ounces. So 236.5 milliliters. A milliliter is about 2 or 3 drops of an eyedropper. Okay, a liter is about the same amount as a water bottle. This is about 1 liter. Okay? So, what we're going to be talking about is converting in the metric system. And if we know how many meters we have, then we can follow this flow chart to convert that to kiloliters, or kilometers, or centimeters, or millimeters. Because The metric system is a base 10 system, just like our number system. Guys, stop talking. So, in order to divide or multiply, we're just dividing or multiplying by powers of 10. 1,000 or 100 or 10, simply moving the decimal point over. Simply by moving that decimal point over, you can change the numbers to convert them in the metric system. So, if you look on page 160 in your book, it gives us some examples to look at. It gives us a capacity of 4.35 liters. 4.35 liters. And then it asks, how many milliliters is that? So, if we started with 4.35, and at liters, you convert that to milliliters, what would you do? Follow that arrow. Devlin? Times it by 1,000, just like it says. From liters to milliliters, times it by 1,000. Now, how do you multiply this number quickly by 1,000? Move the decimal point
Over.
which direction? To make the number bigger, we're going to multiply it by 1,000. So how would we move the decimal point to make it bigger? To the right. How many places? 1,000. Why 2? But you can move it past the 5. So we can move it 3 places. And so 4.35 liters is 4,350 milliliters. Okay? Simply by moving the decimal point over to the right, we can convert that to milliliters. Milliliters are 1,000 times smaller than liters. So we're going to have 1,000 times more milliliters than liters. Okay? Let's look at example, the next example, centimeters to meters. Example, letter B in that one. 914 centimeters is how many meters? 914 centimeters is how many meters? Find the arrow that goes from centimeters to meters. Maya, what would we do to convert centimeters to meters? 914 centimeters is how many meters? You know what we would do? What does it say to do? Divide it by 100. So we have to divide this number by 100. How do we do that? Just divide it, or we could move the decimal point. Which direction? Yeah, which one? Right or left?
Right.
Well, if we moved it to the right, we're going to make the number bigger. Does that make sense for dividing it, for making the number bigger? Wouldn't the answer be smaller if we're dividing it? So we should move the decimal point to the left. How many places for 100? 2 places. So 914 equals how many? If we move the decimal point 2 places to the left, it's 9 and 14 hundredths. Okay? So using this chart, it tells you what to do, and then you can simply move the decimal point over. Okay? On page 161, you have an assignment. What I want you to do on page 161 is do 1 through 6.
You thought.
No, actually, let's do 1 through 12. Page 161. Using the metric system, make some decisions about what type of unit you would use, and then do some conversions, okay?